Hello, my beautiful fellow Animal Crossing friends, and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex. Today we are going to be looking at 15 ideas for neighborhoods. I figured it was a good time to do an update since we did get so much new furniture with the 2.0 update. As you can see, there are vines on this first island that we're going to look at. It just felt right. It felt right to do a new video now with new neighborhoods. I don't know why I can't just walk like a normal Animal Crossing human. Anyway, I'm really excited, so let's get into it. This first island is so calming. I love the time of day that the dream address is set in. How gorgeous is the decor here. This is a good example of a more scattered setup for a neighborhood. We just passed a couple of houses, and then all the way around this little sunken waterfall area we find a couple more houses. Here's Ione as well, just thriving in the early morning atmosphere. I love the use of the giant vines, and the glowing moss I think is a really good idea, especially for this time of day because it is still illuminated. Like, it's dark enough on the island that you can really tell that the moss is lighting up. I just thought it was gorgeous. Love all of the new items that go into this and this neighborhood as a whole. In contrast to that very natural neighborhood setup, this one is super structured. We've got city streets that are lined with houses. This is a very organized neighborhood, and each of the villagers has their own yard. I think it's very cute. I loved this island. I also wanted to mention that if you're interested in any of the islands that you see in this video, you can check the description, and if the creator has allowed me to, I have shared the dream addresses there. So if you don't see a dream address, the creator is not ready to share their island yet, but I think it's definitely worth it to be able to visit some of the other ones. Some of these islands are just, well, all of these islands are stunning. I also love that in this neighborhood, beyond the fact that each of the houses gets their own little yard, there was also a community playground set in the very back. Look at this. Look how cute it is. This is a place for families. I also wanted to make sure that I included a variety of themes in this video. So we've seen an urban theme and a very natural foresty theme. This is an example of a more elegant sort of towny neighborhood. Look at this centerpiece. I thought it was so well done. The structure of the cul-de-sac is just amazing, and you can go through the gazebo in the back. Check out this centerpiece, the terraforming, next level. This island makes me want to do a whole elegant island. And then lastly, we've got a second cul-de-sac in the very back with another centerpiece. This one is different, but still just gorgeous. I was just in awe of this island. It was so beautiful. We're coming in strong with another very unique theme here. I love that this island is set in winter, as I myself avoid it, so it's always cool to see other people actually making this season work. This is also the first time I've seen some of these new Frozen things, like the mini snowman and the Frozen fence. It looks so pretty here. I also realized that there were some more houses in the back here, and how gorgeous are they? I of course had to stop and chat with Sasha, who in this stream was being very professional, very poised. This was a very cute island. It was very festive. I wanted to start off this island by showing you the map because this symmetry goes crazy. I was so impressed. This island has the neighborhood at the very back, and the houses are in a straight line. But the catch here is that each of them has its own little mini theme. So they're encapsulated within these little hedges, these fences. Each house has its own very distinct yard. Wow. How cool is it that they managed to incorporate so many custom designs, so many different colors and themes on this one island, and I mean, it was still so cohesive. I think that the pink one we just looked at was my favorite of these houses, but all of them were so impressive. A ton of use of the new items in the game, so many 2.0 items coming into play here, so clearly this creator has been busy since the update came out. I, for one, have not been able to use most of these items on my island at all. I think that's definitely a testament to the uniqueness of this island setup though, because the creator choosing to give each resident their own very distinct and very unique yard, it offers this opportunity to use all kinds of furniture you might otherwise not be able to incorporate on your island. I just think this is so smart and so creative. I was obsessed with this next island. I feel like it matched my own style pretty closely. I love this pathway, love how many white cosmos are here. White cosmos are so underrated. They're such a beautiful flower. And then of course this little baby stump. This was just so cute. Also love the white picket fencing. This is exactly why we've been trying to get Nintendo to give it to us for so long, so that creators like this can use it in such a beautiful and sophisticated way. I also like how, again, we have a sort of mix between structured and loosely spread around houses, because these are organized in a sort of neighborhood, but they're not like clean, neat lines. They're still placed a little bit randomly, which I loved. Something else I love to see is when creators make little sections outside of the neighborhood, like that bus stop I started at. This island, of course, has another example of an uber structured neighborhood, and I chose this one because I love how compact it is. This is a good example of how you can place houses very close together if you don't want them to take up a ton of space, but you still want to have a designated neighborhood on your island. These houses were so close together, but they were still so beautiful and elegant. There was still the opportunity for all of this decor that you could place. Love that they're like beachfront houses. They're right here on the coastline, and of course there was also a house on the beach, which I think might be the resident representatives. Yeah, look how pretty this is. We actually have a beachfront home. I love it when people incorporate their own houses into the villager neighborhood. It just feels more like island togetherness, you know what I mean? I also love this little bus stop and the fact that the neighborhood borders the shopping district, so you can come park your little car here and go for a shopping day. I feel like I sort of inadvertently staggered the organized and disorganized neighborhoods, because this one is, again, a more natural example of a neighborhood. I was really taken with the circular path in the center here. The houses are arranged around this little pathway with a centerpiece of trees. I also love seeing like natural centerpieces like this, where the main focus isn't a large piece of furniture, but instead is a tree or some other tall natural item. Just how precious is all of this? It was such a like neutral toned place. I really love that. I love earthy tones myself, and I thought it was really unique that this bridge kind of overlapped with the front of the house. You know what else is unique is a very foggy, ruined area. I loved the color scheme of this space. Look at all of the little trees. I also love the use of the castle walls here and the pergola. Everything was just so beautiful. I like how the pergola was placed on that custom pathing too. I don't know, I just liked how everything was arranged here. I was really taken with this back part, how the pine tree is a sort of centerpiece between the houses, and because of the fog you get this illusion with the jail bars that's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, this island knocked my socks off. It's like a docks area. I mean, how precious is this? I felt like I was walking through like a seaside town. I was about to go fishing or something. I don't even know, but it was so pretty. I loved the color scheme. All of these gentle whites and off-whites and blues were just so pretty. Again, kind of enhancing that seaside aesthetic. We all know that we associate white and blue with coastal. Just how pretty is everything? I love how many new items come into play here too. All of these boats placed around were really impressive. They're huge items, and I think they definitely draw the eye here in this little neighborhood that borders on the river/sea. We're getting a variety of themes, and I wanted to get a variety of seasons too. This island is such a perfect autumn island. It makes me so nostalgic too for Lost Falls, which had a very similar aesthetic. I just really like having these little hop things so that I can twirl. Anyway. Beyond the stunning theme, we've got a lot of new items here as well, from the wheat field to a windmill behind this house that introduces some movement to the area. I loved all of the tables and food set out. Food felt like a very important part of this autumn island. Like, these are farm to table situations. Everyone has their own job. Like this villager with their little picnic beside them, they have to be a baker, you know? Look at all these little bakery items. I also love this little house in the back. I love the colors of this one. And again, we've got like a farm to table aesthetic going on. I also appreciated that all of the houses in this neighborhood were accessible. Even this one tucked away on the cliff was super easy to get to and very beautiful. What I really adore about villager neighborhoods is that despite the fact that they revolve around the same buildings, like it's always just the little villager houses, they're always so different. Whenever I get submissions for these, even though you'd think, you know, a lot of neighborhoods would be similar, they're all so different. Like, look at this one. We've got a completely different structure here. They're in the line, but they're not as separate and distinct as some of the earlier neighborhoods we've seen. Still gorgeous, and I love how wide the pathway is, how walkable. This feels like a retirement community almost. Like, these villagers have their own little tucked away space here at the back of the island. They've got like a backwards seaside view. I also really love there was this section in front of the neighborhood, and look at the garbage cans. You can put your little recycling and trash here. Oh my god, I love it. I think this is our first island that we've seen at night, and boy did nighttime fit this island. It was so spooky. I love seeing this unique take on the pillars with all of these illuminated items that come into play, all of these lamps and star items. They were so beautiful. Also, as I was walking, I realized there was like a gyroid, I don't know, summoning circle. It was like a demonic summoning circle. The altar in the middle was super cool. You should definitely go and explore this neighborhood on your own because there is so much dimension to it, but I did want to note that it's layered. There was a lower level to the neighborhood. I walked around and I was very pleased to find a house belonging to a certain cat that I happen to love. Very fitting. This house is Kiki's. I had to double check because I thought it could be Rudy's under the snow, but of course we'd have a black cat here. She deserves it. Okay, this island really fascinated me, this neighborhood I mean, because when I went in, I was like, okay, so we've got, you know, your standard structured neighborhood. I was really enchanted by the differing decor, the very unique color scheme here. Never see this bridge being used, but it was so gorgeous. I loved it. Also got hung up on that fence for a second, but it's so unique too because the houses weren't lined up like I thought they were. The first tent was this house here, how it was off center from the others, but as I kept exploring I realized that that happened a lot. I also really like the decor on the peninsula here. It's like a little community sitting area and go out and chill. It's like a mini cafe. Very cute. But I kept walking around and it's like all the houses were here, but it felt like such a compact area. They also have other little community spaces, which were so cute, and this view. But I kept kind of stalking my way around the neighborhood, and I finally found an incline that would lead me up to this upper level, and it's very pronounced here, the fact that the houses are a little haphazardly placed. I really loved it. I thought it was so unique seeing all of the houses placed not in straight, neat lines, despite the fact that it had, you know, very neat, organized sidewalks. The houses were still off-center, not lined up, and it still worked out perfectly. The island was beautiful, so this is your sign to go off the beaten path and just stagger your houses. Put them however you want to. It'll be okay. It'll turn out great. A theme that I've been enchanted with since I got the game for myself is Tropicore. I've never been able to pull off the theme successfully, but I thought this was a beautiful example. I especially love the custom designs on the ground, the fact that we have like these alternating planks down as a pathway between the houses, and again, it's kind of like a mixture of organized and loosely placed. This neighborhood also featured a playground, which I thought was so fitting. Of course, this would be like a family beach house zone. Look at Lily just living it up here. But how cozy does all of this look? All of the colors, I think, really fit with the aesthetic of the island, and I was just super impressed. I thought everything was well laid out, it was easy to navigate, and it really did the Tropicore theme justice. My lovely individuals, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're feeling inspired to play and to decorate your neighborhood. Please remember to take care of yourself today. Remember to drink some water, take your meds, and care about you. You deserve it. Here is my little sister Peaches to tell you all goodbye for now.
I love you guys so much, and I hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Also, somebody, I think they were trolling, but they said that I was pretending to be Peaches, so we're gonna talk at the same time just to prove that I do, in fact, have a 10-year-old sister. Okay, are you ready, Peaches?
Yeah.
La 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 la
How
Okay.
in the world could
Anyway,
you say that?
yeah, so she's real. Okay, bye.